the only 24-hour local news for the Capital Region, only on Time Warner Cable. This is YNN, your morning news now.
Good morning and thanks for watching YNN, your news now. I'm Erin Connolly. Your top stories are coming right up, but first a check of your forecast.
Well, we continue to pick up on light and even moderate snow here this morning across the Capital Region. No doubt some slick travel to be had, so allow for extra time. Definitely take it slower than average. The steadiest snow falling east of the Hudson Valley over into Berkshire County, where many places have already picked up on upwards of a foot. It's also very windy, so blowing and drifting snow contributing to poor visibility here through the remainder of this morning. Visibility could be under a quarter mile at times, so take that into account before you head out the door here this morning. Overall, we will see the snow dwindle down later on this morning from west to east as this big coastal system ramps up and tracks its way up to the north and east. So your forecast for today, we have some snow around and also blowing and drifting snow. We will see improving conditions heading into the afternoon, but it remains windy and cold. High temperatures only in the low to mid 20s. Then tonight we see the winds relax, and as high pressure builds in, that will make for a clear sky and very cold temperatures. Could see low temperatures dropping back between 10 and 15 below zero up over the North Country, with even readings by tomorrow morning below zero around Albany.
The Capital Region is waking up to a blanket of snow this morning. Some areas seeing more than a foot. That's according to the National Weather Service. Berkshire County seeing the most snow accumulation, with Peru getting 14 inches and Pittsfield getting 9 inches. In Albany County, Glenmont has about 7 inches, followed by Potter Hollow with 6 inches. Hessville and Montgomery County seeing nearly 8 inches of snow. Saratoga and Schenectady counties seeing around half a foot of snow so far. The snow is supposed to continue throughout the morning and will bring you the latest as the storm winds down. After the wind and snow begin to taper off this morning, folks will start to dig out their cars. YNN's Karen Terarachi is along one street in Albany where they certainly have their work cut out for them. Karen, good morning.
Good morning, Erin. Well, if only digging out were the least of people's concerns when they're coming out. As you can tell right here in Madison Avenue in Albany, standing in front of a car. Now, the thing is this, city plows are doing a great job of plowing the main streets. Even the side streets that we've been driving around and seeing look good and clean. The problem is when you come out and you're going to start shoveling your car, you're looking at close to a foot, maybe even more of snow. So if you're going to come out and shovel, you want to make sure, number one, to stretch, because if you're not stretching, overexertion can be one of the leading causes of deaths that occur in the winter. So definitely important to stretch, number one. Number two, you want to keep your clothes dry. So anytime you start to feel like your socks are getting a little damp, you definitely want to get in the house, try and change if you can, because that can lead to frostbite. And as we all know, frostbite isn't a good thing. If you start to feel like your extremities are going numb, you want to seek medical attention as soon as possible. So most important thing is to stay safe, and who knows, maybe if you're getting out there and your car is clean, it's because I was out there doing it.
I'll tell you one thing, I definitely would not want to be that driver. Anyone with a garage is a very happy person today. Karen, we'll keep checking in with you. That's our Karen Terarachi reporting for us in Albany this morning. A Columbia County man is dead after state police say he flipped his tractor while plowing his driveway. It happened just after 9 o'clock last night in Germantown. Troopers say the 23-year-old was digging out his driveway when his tractor went off the edge of the road and rolled down a 15-foot embankment. He was taken to Columbia Memorial Hospital, where he died. The city of Pittsfield is following suit with most of the state and declaring a snow emergency. Cars will not be allowed to park in any street that needs to be plowed until 7 a.m. on Sunday. Vehicles that violate this order may be towed. Despite many residents hitting gas stations and grocery stores to stock up on food and water, they still say this storm isn't anything new, especially in Berkshire County.
Stay off the streets. Please use our facilities around town to park their cars so that we can clean the streets in a safe manner. But we'll get through this, and to the extent that people can do it, I hope that they will enjoy Mother Nature's gift to us.
We live in the Berkshires, everybody complains about it and cries we're going to get snow. Got to make the best of it, have fun. Been here my whole life. It happens every year, so might as well have fun with it.
There are some exceptions to the travel ban. Those include emergency and media vehicles. Yesterday, Governor Cuomo declared a state of emergency in response to this snowstorm. The move gives towns and cities more flexibility in dealing with the storm. The State Office of Emergency Management is actively keeping track of everything from travel conditions to food deliveries statewide. They say doing so will make it easier to coordinate federal and state assistance. They also announced food generators and heating units are available to downstate residents still recovering from Sandy. In Boston, people took to the streets in a giant blizzard party. This happening just after the bars let out. A travel ban has been put into effect in Massachusetts that could still last into today. So far, they've received more than 18 inches of snow and some hurricane-force wind gusts. A similar story in Connecticut as Governor Dan Malloy issued a travel ban on all vehicles except emergency ones. He also declared a state of emergency. In a statement earlier yesterday, Malloy said he's glad people are listening to the warnings and staying home. Meanwhile, Rhode Island also has a driving ban in effect. Emergency management crews say the main focus is to keep main roads clear and make sure residents have access to area hospitals. Crews are also testing out new technology with this storm by keeping track of which roads have already been cleared through GPS technologies. The rough weather caused complications on one interstate in Maine yesterday. The snow is being blamed for a pileup involving at least 19 vehicles. State police say the crashes started when a car spun out of control and 5 others hit it. One person was taken to the hospital. It took crews about 4 hours to clean up the mess. For all the latest information on the storm, keep it right here on YNN. And if you're left in the dark, don't forget you can still get the latest storm coverage by tuning your radio to 900 AM or 106.1 FM. And of course, you can always head to our website. That's YNN.com. A man is left in critical condition after being shot, and the suspect is still on the loose. We'll have the latest on the police investigation out of Schenectady coming up. And it doesn't look like we're totally in the clear with this storm just yet.
Well, we saw a healthy dose of snow through the overnight. We're still picking up on some snow this morning. We'll let you know how much more we can expect here over the next couple of hours coming up in just a few minutes.
Sky Tracker Doppler Radar is sponsored by Leah Collision Center, where we do it all, including our own car rental department. Check out leahcars.com for more information. Now, your weather on the 9s from YNN.
Pretty close to 9 minutes past the hour now on a windy, cold morning here around the capital region. We still have some light to moderate snow falling, especially over into southern Vermont and into Berkshire County, where snowfall totals continue to pile up. A lot of places east of the Hudson River over into western Massachusetts and southern Vermont already picking up on upwards of a foot, and we'll continue to add on to those totals as this morning wears on. You can see the snow is lighter and a bit spottier around Albany, heading off to the west through the Mohawk Valley. Even up over the North Country, we've seen snow come to an end. Snow still battering areas of eastern New England. Blizzard conditions still going on throughout parts of Connecticut, Rhode Island, getting into eastern Massachusetts as this storm continues to ramp up. We will see snow taper here over the next couple of hours. I think by the late morning we are in the clear, especially around Albany and points west. Still may have some light snow by 9 a.m. over into Berkshire County, also Bennington County, even though this weather model isn't showing it. But we will see improving conditions heading into the afternoon. Winds still cranking, though, into the afternoon, so blowing and drifting snow still a possibility. We'll see those winds relax overnight, and with a clear sky, it's going to make for some very cold temperatures, especially up over the North Country heading into Sunday morning. Sunday will be a bright day, but a chilly day as we see temperatures only rebound into the mid to upper 20s. Today, we see the snow taper off later this morning. Windy and cold, highs in the low to mid 20s, and then very cold coming up for tonight. Temperatures will range from 10 to 15 below zero throughout parts of Warren County, Washington County, getting into Saratoga County, with even below zero readings around Albany.
In other news, police are looking for the suspect who they say shot another man, leaving him in critical condition. It happened on Madison Street in Schenectady just before 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Police say the victim was shot in the torso and taken to Albany Med.
Determined that there was an infant inside the apartment at the time of the shooting. The infant was not hurt and was taken by Child Protective into protective custody and took to be reunited with its mother.
Police say they don't know the relationship between the victim and the infant at this time. They say they're also unsure if the victim and the shooter knew each other. We now know the name of the cab driver stabbed Thursday night in Schenectady. Police say 28-year-old Derek Leach had just taken someone from Johnstown to Schenectady when he was stabbed by a woman. It's unknown if the person Leach had just transported was the same person who stabbed him. After being stabbed, Leach walked down Liberty Street toward the library seeking help. He was soon airlifted to Albany Medical Center, where he was listed in critical condition. His cab was found 2 blocks away from the library. Police are still looking for the suspect. Thousands of people die from the flu every year, so health experts urge everyone to get vaccinated. But since the flu vaccine is made from egg proteins, there hasn't been an option for those suffering from egg allergies until now. This season, 2 egg-free vaccines have been approved by the FDA. The latest is Flublok, made by the Protein Sciences Corporation. The new vaccine offers at least some protection against all flus. The company uses a recombinant DNA technology that makes it easier and faster to produce the vaccine.
If we had a pandemic flu like we did with the swine flu a few years ago, they would be able to make large batches of vaccine much quicker than we currently are able to.
The FDA is expected to make the vaccine available to the public next week. This year, there are about 150,000 doses available. Energy officials in New Orleans have traced the cause of the power outage during Super Bowl 47 to a faulty device. The head of Entergy in New Orleans says an electrical relay device installed to protect equipment at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in the event of a cable failure malfunctioned. Officials aren't sure why the same device functioned properly during several events leading up to the big game, but failed in the second half of the Super Bowl. The electrical outage delayed play between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens for 35 minutes.
Hi everybody, I'm Marissa Jacks. The Siena men's basketball team on the road at Loyola, and the Siena men's lacrosse team opening up their season doing battle with 5th-ranked Johns Hopkins. We're going to have highlights right after the break in sports. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Jacks. The Siena men's basketball team has seen every team in the MAC but the Loyola Greyhounds. They're the defending league champs, and the Saints will see the Greyhounds twice in 8 days. The first meeting was on Friday night down in Baltimore. Not good. 5 minutes into the game, Evan Himes got kneed in the thigh, and he would not return. But then in the span of about 3 minutes, we saw just how athletic Loyola is. Julius Brooks and Eric Etherly throwing them down. 3 big dunks from those guys. And then 5 minutes to go in the half, Trinity Burdine takes the pass from Odi Anasicki, lays it up and in. That made it a 5-point game. Loyola not liking what they're seeing there. They call the timeout. 90 seconds to go in the half now. Odi Anasicki with the spin move, and he throws it up and in. Odi made it a 1-point game. Siena was down 30-27 at the break. They turned it over 10 times in the first half. Second half action, another nice spin move from Odi. That made it a 1-point game. Anasicki, a big game from him, 16 points, 16 rebounds. Then Rob Poole from the free throw line pulls up and bangs home the jumper, giving Siena the lead. But on the other end, Brooks with the and one. And the Greyhounds quickly go back on top. More from Loyola. Robert Olson for 3. That made it 42-37. And then this, Etherly, count the bucket, and he's fouled. He had a huge game, 25 points. That bucket capped a 10-0 run from Loyola. The Saints could not come back. They get beat 63-51. Odi Anasicki picks up his 14th double-double of the season. Rob Poole chipped in with 12 points. The Saints are now 4-9 in MAC play. Well, the college lacrosse season started on Friday for the Siena Saints. They opened on the road at 5th-ranked Johns Hopkins, looking to start their year with a bang and a major upset. Matt Sharp starting in goal for the first game, replacing the graduated Tom Moore, and CBA grad Jack Riley starting his junior year for Johns Hopkins first quarter. The Saints strike first. Connor Prunty, the sophomore, gets the first goal of the season, and the Saints are on top 1-0. But back comes Hopkins. They go up 3-1, and then John Rannigan with the goal. And the Blue Jays lead it 4-1. Closing seconds of the first quarter, Wells Stanwyck, falling down, beats the buzzer. Hopkins on top 5-1 after one. Second quarter, the Saints get hot. Nate Berry, another sophomore, and Berry puts it in the back of the net. That made it 5-2 later on. Just a 3-goal game now. Prunty, a big shot, and he gets the goal. The Saints pull within 2 goals at the half. Third quarter action now. Stanwyck left alone in front of the net. There he is, and he bounces it home. Hopkins on top 8-4. The bright spot for Siena, Connor Prunty, a career high 4 goals, but the Saints get beat in this one. Your final score 15-6. Siena now 0-5 all time versus Hopkins. The Saints are 0-1 to start the season. They're going to host Hobart next Saturday. That does it for sports for now. Marissa Jacks, we'll see you soon.
Now, your weather on the 9s from YNN.
I'm YNN meteorologist Ryan Finn here with you on a windy, cold morning across the capital region. We're still picking up on some snow. We saw the lion's share of our snow last night with even some periods of heavy snow across the region. Generally, most areas picking up between 5 and 10 inches of snow, but some areas seeing a foot, even upwards of a foot east of the Hudson River, getting over into Berkshire County, also into Bennington County. And that's where snow is still the steadiest, into western Massachusetts and southern Vermont. May still see some periods of moderate snow across the capital region, getting into Rensselaer County and into portions of Columbia County over the next couple of hours, but overall the trend will be for snow to decrease. Winds will remain with us, and because of that, visibility may be reduced due to blowing and drifting snow, even though we may not have any more snow falling from the sky. Even with snow coming to an end, travel may be a bit on the slick side, especially the secondary roads, the bridges, and the overpasses. So take it slower than average and definitely allow for some extra time. This has been a monster of a storm for areas of eastern New England down towards New York City and Long Island. Blizzard conditions still occurring throughout parts of Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, and getting into Massachusetts. This system will continue to track up to the north and east, and as it gets farther away from us, high pressure will build in from the central Great Lakes, which will make for lighter winds through the overnight, but also for some very cold temperatures. I think we see the snow wind down by the late morning, even though this is depicting dry conditions out over western Massachusetts and southern Vermont by 9 a.m. Still think we're going to be seeing some light snow by that point. As we get into the late morning, I think that's where we begin to see the snow really taper off, even some brightening occurring into the afternoon. Tonight, clear and cold. Temperatures could be between 10 and 15 below zero north of Saratoga Springs, even briefly dropping below zero around Albany here by early Sunday morning. Sunday will be a bright day, but a chilly day with temperatures only topping out in the 20s. Additional snowfall on top of what we've already seen. Mostly light accumulations around the greater capital region and points west, 2 to maybe as much as 4 inches of snow heading over into Berkshire County and into parts of Bennington County. That's where we may see an additional 3 to 6 inches of snow before it's all said and done. So here's your forecast for today. We'll see the snow taper, some brightening occurring as we get into the afternoon. Tonight the winds settle down, but with clear skies, look for temperatures to really take a tumble again. Could be between 10 and 15 below zero up over the North Country tonight, with even temperatures dropping just below zero around the city of Albany. Here's your 7-day forecast. Mostly sunny but chilly here tomorrow. As we kick off the new work week, we'll have the potential for some messy weather Monday morning in the form of mixed precipitation before things transition over to rain by Monday afternoon.